And welcome back. This is Kotow for another War Rights event. It is Saturday, the 14th of October, and it is the second match for the United European Community event. Alright, so there was a bit of a balance issue on the first map, but looks like that has been resolved. Still pretty full server, 287 total pop, 143 versus 144. This is a contention map mode, and it is Hilltop. Let's take a look at the two teams. We have 56 Virginia for the Union, 1st VA Cav, 8th Georgia, 20th Georgia joined by SR, GC, and then the NYV, both 6th New York and 88th New York. Did I miss anybody? 2 USC is also here. Yes, 2 USC is also here as well. Alright, let's take a look. Do they have any arty? Looks like they do have some arty. Let's see who is on it. And it is Henry Perkins from VA Bat. Looks like they have one battery. Now let's take a look at the CSA team. Looks like they have Corporal Leo from the SB. And let's now fly out of the trees to make it less annoying for me. And we have for the CSA infantry, let's see who we got. We got HEL, SB, LFL, CQB, 3rd Alabama, 4th New Jersey, and 8th Florida. Am I missing anybody? I do not believe so. Let me make a double check. Nope, I got all them. And that is all of them. Alright, let's take a look at where the first point is. Alright, so the first point is over at the far end of the map. And when Conquest, this is usually one of the points of that is activated. It's kind of like the last defense point that's usually captured. I believe the Union has a bit of a distance advantage. They might get there first. I'm not sure. Looks maybe it might be about even. But we will see who gets there first. Now, with the UEC, with the timer for contention, that first point goes away a lot faster, so you don't have to hold it as long as you do the other points. So there is a bit of a first mover advantage here, given the UEC rules. And we are live at 40, and we are off to the races. So I'm going to kind of just keep a as far out view as I can until I see somebody get closer. You can see both teams streaming out. Yeah, I don't know who's going to get there first. Let's see. Artie doesn't really have good shots yet, but they will have some good shots if we're looking at some other points. They're kind of trapped on this CSA left side of the field. The south side. Alright, so the CSA is starting to emerge from the woods. So 2 units closest on this far right side is 8th Florida, Fritz, and CQB. This time under Carl Garrett, I believe. If I've screwed up your name, please let me know. Alright, for the Union side, looks like we got on the left side, we have Eddie in the 2 USC, and he is joined by Slaughter from the 56. And above them, kind of going straight at it, is Colonel Knight in the 8th Georgia, and he is joined by 20th Georgia and Colonel Jumbo. Kind of going more on the right side, kind of looking to hook in. We have Lieutenant Fipshit, or Fipsit. Excuse my language there. And let's see. And he is joined by Sergeant Patterson. So you got the NYV Cav doing kind of a wide flank. And you got GC kind of in the middle here. Let's see who is going to get there first. Looks like the CSA will get there first, and it is Fritz. Let's see how he does trying to get that flag up. The Union's waiting for him. They're looking at him. Down goes that flag. Fort New Jersey's going to come up and help. Papa Bob's trying to get that flag up. Trying to figure out where it is. Alright, so CSA will get there first. But we do have this wide flanking maneuver by the Cav. Let's see what they do with it. So he's just come out of the corner, so he doesn't really know what's going on. Now there is a CSA unit down here. It's kind of looking at him. It is Williamson. Well, he might be able to, if he's paying attention, intercept this Cav force. And he will. But the rest of the Cav came up to help. You got 88th and 6th working together. 6 is that one out front, and then you got the 88th on the fence. They're putting on some fire down to Williamson, but he is delaying them. And that is giving time for, let's see, if Venom maneuvers on him. And he is. Here comes Venom. He's going to try to sweep the flank of the Union, of the Cav. And seeing their friends charge in, 3rd Alabama, what's left of them is going to come in. But I don't think they'll need to. Venom will take out, going along the fence, along that flank, will wipe out that force of the Union. So the NYV has been wiped out in this initial engagement. But while that's going on, we do have a fight on point. And it is 20th Georgia's trying to push off this CSA element here that was here. And they are just about wiped, but they have succeeded. And they have friends coming up, I believe. I heard Preacher. You got 56 back here. And you got Eddie providing cover. Alright, but the CSA is flooding in reinforcements. Here comes AGL. Yeah, they said don't take that flag down. But oh, there's another force here. AGL's about to get hit. 2 Union elements flanking around him. 3. You got 56. And GC. I thought there was another element. We still got Eddie providing overwatch. And the Union is charging in. Trying to maintain this position here and get that flag up. Do they have a flag with them? They do. They got 2 flags, so they got 2 options here. Alright, looks like up here we got another charge going on. This by... Alright, here's the first VA Cav. They have kind of... Alright, that was a nice little maneuver. So they knocked back. Looks like whatever element was up here. And now have a good base of fire on the corn. Kind of protecting the Union flank as they get up a flag here. The CSA has now been pushed to this back line. So they're going to have to figure out how they're going to attack this point and retake it. Before the Union either caps or the point will just reset to the next area. So let's see how the CSA decides they want to come after this. Got some small elements here from AGL. I think those are the skirmishers looking to find out where that Cav force is. But the main body is Venom here, along with 3rd Alabama. Looks like they're moving towards the Union. Venom is going to get his men into line. The Union is flooding reinforcements into the point there and using that fence for good cover. While they still have the Cav up here doing overwatch and protecting that flank. And also putting in some fire down onto these units. And Union's not just sitting here. They're looking to get some more forward force here. 8th Georgia moving up. But they are about to run into some trouble here. Here comes Fritz. He's going to try to come around the Union flank. While Williamson's going to attack dead on. And it looks like all the CSA units are now going to converge into the center. Try to push off the Union. They're going to knock back 8th Georgia. But there's still a pretty sizable force here. Looks like it's under Slaughter and a mixture of other units holding in. And there's another fight going on up north as well here. Actually south. And it is Cav versus AGL. NYV 88. 4th New Jersey coming up to help. And it looks like with 4th New Jersey helping, they will win that fight against the 88th. And will get a better position to move up on the Union flank. Jumbo here is providing covering fire, but his flank is now exposed. AGL is going to hit it to their side. He's going to react to it. But that now pulls an element off the fight here for the center. Slaughter is under increasing pressure down here. You got 3 sets of CSA units down here firing at him, and there's some more CSA flooding in. But Jumbo was able to react, and he's got Patterson from 6th New York as well to secure this right flank. So far the CSA has not been able to infiltrate behind the Union lines. So besides the 56th Slaughter back here, who is starting to attrit pretty significantly, 2 USC is providing cover from back on these rocks, Talgray and the SRs with them. Then you have 52nd John Bieck here providing overwatch. But now there's not really much left to prevent the CSA from pushing up and retaking this point. Union has been pushed pretty far back. 56 trying to hold on, but here comes the flood. And it is Williamson and Fritz. And they are joined by several other units. Venom coming in. And Williamson carrying the attack forward. He's going to try to clear off this Union overwatch element here, while Venom gets the flag down. There are reinforcements coming in. Here comes Knight, the 8th Georgia. That will be enough to push back 3rd Alabama, but it was enough. This combined CSA force has reoccupied the point and has a strong base of fire now. Several units guarding it. You're just going to have a tough time now figuring out an attack angle. But that ends the battle for this point, and it is inconclusive. I don't know. It is a new point, and the new point is over here. But they're still fighting down here. We'll see who realizes it first, starts moving out. Alright, it looks like both teams are starting to realize it and starting to move out. Here comes 1st VA Cab moving out. 20th Georgia. But the one that looks like it's going to get there first is Jack Stone in the GC. Now Artie is in a bit of a better position now. They've been shooting at each other. They might decide to declare a truce, I don't know. Looks like there's one Union element back here. Knight is trying to stall 8th Florida from getting to the main fight. He will get wiped, but he will stall that unit from getting down there. And he will respawn there, so he will get back into this fight probably about the same time that that unit gets in. So, from the CSA, looks like the first unit to get up here is Venom. But the Union is going to have plenty of time to set up. It is Jumbo, and he is joined by GC and 88th. Oh, wait a second here. So 1st VA charging in and disrupting 3 CSA units here. Even though he will not make it out of here, he is given more time not only to secure the point, but for 56, for Slaughter, and for Patterson to bring up their forces here and defend the point. So a nice disruptive charge by Preacher that has kind of stacked up the CSA units and delayed them from getting in position to take the point. Looks like Artie also has some shots on them now as well. It's not always about winning. Sometimes you just try to, disrupt an element, tie it down. It's all about figuring out what the bigger picture is and where you can best affect your troops. So, like, there's LFL. And Fritz still hasn't even moved out. Neither has Williamson. So you got 2 units that are not even in the fight, although they might be just making the calculus of we're not going to have time to retake this point, so... Oh, well, here comes Eddie. I don't know if he knows he's surrounded by CSA. Yeah, Eddie got kind of caught there. LFL trapped him. Looks like Eddie himself is going to make it out with Sluggy. Oh, no, Sluggy didn't make it. Eddie did, though. All right, so Eddie escaped. One man to tell the tale. But let's see. But yeah, the Union's got a pretty strong position here now. So out on their right wing, they have Jumbo. Guarding point, they have several units. They got GC, 52nd, both NYVs. Guarding to the left side, they've got Slaughter. And then it looks like 8 George is redeploying. So pretty strong position there. And like I said, 8 George is already back in the fight. And Fritz might just now be starting to move out. Yep, so those elements he delayed are just now starting to move out. Meanwhile, most of the CSA forces kind of bottled up along this fence. We do have one wide flanking attack here. And it is by Venom. Looks like they could try to find the Union flank. They don't really have anything really watching this back door, but they can run into Jumbo before they get into the main line, so the Union might have some warning, depending on how wide that attack comes from Venom. CSA, though, inching up. First VA Cav back in the fight. Trying to put some flanking fire into the CSA through the corn. And another element moving forward. Slaughter moving forward, trying to knock out the elements here. Trying to push the CSA back a bit. Looks like the CSA is flanking now on this right side. And you have another flank around this left side. So kind of a multi-pronged attack coming in here. Let's see how SB does against 20th. SB will win that fight. And we got the Confederates kind of enveloping from multiple directions now. 3rd Alabama charging into 1st VA Cav. Eddie's going to try to help him. Try to hold him. The rest of the CSA is starting to, LFL starting to move in on the right side. You still have a element down here, mostly AGL in 4th New Jersey, putting up a base of fire. Alright, on this side, looks like SB got pushed off as the 6th New York came in to finish them off. So a good hold by Jumbo allowed 6th New York to maneuver, and they still own this right side. 150, 142, so still pretty even. More even than last time, at least. The CSA will send in an attack. It is AGL. Not directly for the point. They can try to maneuver on the Union element here, on the Union left. Try to inch their way forward a bit here. So while you got that going on, you've got a charge by Fritz in the 8th Florida. Behind them, though, you got 52nd. John Biek going to try to hold them, but they've got reinforcements now. Here comes Knight. 8 Georgia charging in against 8th Florida. Battle of the 8s. He charges in. He will not wipe them, but he will disrupt them. Not too much left time on this point. Ticket's about even. Union down a little bit, but if they can hold this point, that will be a significant turn for them. John Biek just trying to hold them back a bit. Biek was Preacher. He's trying to find the flank. And he has done it. And he has ambushed that unit, and he is joined by Eddie. These two have been a tag team for this match so far, and they've been pretty good, even though they don't have the, largest units. They have been punching pretty hard. LFL has moved up a bit, trying to force back the Union, and they are basically back now to the point. But Eddie and Preacher are still putting pressure here. We're trying to disrupt this back line as best they can. Another good flank attack. Disrupting the CSA. And the Union will succeed in capturing that point. Where is the next point? Where's the next point? There it is. Oh, this one's going to very much favor the Union. So, pretty much in the middle of the arty. This is going to be an interesting one. Alright. The Union's going to have the advantage of getting there first. But there's still a couple disruptive attacks going on. Here comes Slaughter. He's going to come in against 3rd Alabama. Trying to knock out Williamson. He'll do a good job disrupting him. Meanwhile, here's the Cav. Delaying AGL. And you got 88th New York under 5th, trying to delay him. Behind him, you got 52nd John Biek doing another line to delay. And that has given the Union a lot of time to set up a lot of units back here that are pretty heavy and are going to be able to get into some good cover. CSA does have a line coming up the field, and it is Venom. Does he have help? He does have help from AGL. So you got 2 lines coming up to try to take this point here. Here comes Jack Stone trying to maneuver his guys as the CSA occupies those rocks overlooking the point. So good maneuver there by Venom, getting his men into a decent position. Still a lot of disruptive fighting going on back there. So delaying a lot of the CSA regiments, as the Union has some pretty strong positions to overlook. This 52nd delaying elements of AGL. As Marius tries to get his men down back towards the main element here with Venom. So you got AGL watching the right side and Venom on the left side. But Union in a commanding position. overlooking that point. And the CSA is untaking losses. Union only engaged. Another morale state if they can hold it. And that will put the CSA down to breaking. And AGL is pulling off to meet up with the main element here, so it's just Venom there now. 52nd still trying to delay as best they can. LFL, though, is coming up on him. They will get some side shots, some flanking fire into John Biek. They will pull back, though, because QRF here, Mr. Jumbo, came to defend this side. Still major fire coming down from these guys here. You got Eddie with his guys in the screen, while you got main lines here by multiple units. So I think I really like the way the Union's playing this map. Already doing some effects though. Hitting NYV pretty hard. But yeah, they are I like the way they're using kind of different tactics for different tasks. You got your main, defensive line units getting in position, putting down massive fire, and then you've got your disruptive units, your kind of calves, your fast movers that are getting in behind the enemy line and just messing up their tempo and kind of distracting them. And that has allowed the Union to maneuver its heavier units into position where they need them, like this right here. Venom's doing a good job using the cover and putting down some fire, but besides AGL, who's a little bit further back. All right, CQB has now moved up along with 4th New Jersey. That's not AGL, I'm sorry. Where is AGL? All right, here they are. So AGL's here. SB's here. And then CQB's down here. So, and then you still have several of the units that are messing around with these units up here. Which would be a good position for the CSA to capture. But they've been delayed so long that they haven't really been able to make effect of it. And you can see that clock is just winding down. CSA is going to have to pull back a little bit and reorganize. Union holding the line. Although you do have the Cav out here poking, trying to get a better angle on the CSA as they mass up. Getting the shot off and pulling back. The CSA is now starting to mass here. They might have enough now that CQB has joined with the SB. 4th New Jersey is with them as well. There's AGL. There's LFL. And there's 3rd Alabama. So now the CSA is massed up here. They might try to make a play for the point now that they've been able to mass. And at the very least prevent the lot of fire coming in. See, even this I like. So, Venom, going for a few tickets, trying to take the flank here, but he's chasing the Cav. In the meantime, Lion's got time to readjust and put fire down into him. But even with that, Venom is still able to carry the attack through. His guys are still pushing forward. So, good job by Venom's men. Really good job. They have been able to overwhelm Jack Stone and GC. But that'll be about all they can do. They will peter out their attack. A good try, a good effort, but wasn't quite enough on their own to finish that attack off. So here's AGL. So 3rd Alabama's now got a decent flanking position. So So now the CSA has seized finally this, shouldn't say finally, CSA has seized this right side, but time is down pretty significantly. Earlier, this might have been able to attrit that main line down, because there was a good disruptive element here between 20th and I believe it was 52nd, and a few other units. Gave the Union time to hold onto their point. They will win. So now CSA is down to breaking. 12:30 left on the map. Union is at engaged. Next point. It's all the way down here. CSA will have the advantage on this point. The Union will begin to maneuver. Let's see if the CSA takes up a similar strategy that the Union just employed of having, those lighter skirmisher units kind of delay, do a delaying tactic as long as they can, while the main body has time. Where's the damn point? Here it is, to set up defenses around the point. Or if they can opt instead just to kind of mass as much as they can around the point and just maximize firepower. Use the cover as best they can and just wither the Union elements. So we'll see what strategy they adopt for. We do have this element here moving out to the corner. I like this position here by 8th Florida. Kind of watching this road here and watching this flank. Although the Union is sending units pretty far out to flank it. So we do have an initial engagement here. Alright, I like this. So, one element. Two elements. One forward. Another forward. So 3 lines of defense here that the Union now have to punch through. And in the front is Williamson and the 3rd Alabama. He is facing off against the cab. And Preacher and his boys. Union is doing a pretty wide flank, though. Pretty sizable element is all the way in the rear. Union has pushed up here onto this rock position here onto Jumbo. Trying to put some pressure on the CSA and force them back. Do have a charge here by 88th against the 8th Florida. You have another engagement here by 6 New York, and they are mixing in with CQB. But it looks like LFL and HEL saw it and are going to be able to collapse in on NYV. So, and it looks like Fritz was able to hold up here as well with aid from CQB. So that so far that wide flank charge by the NYV has not succeeded in completely unhinging the CSA, but here comes another attack by the Union, this time by Jumbo. He's going to try to finish off the 8th Florida here. And I think he will do it. So the Union has knocked off that guarding flank position, and now the CSA is in a bit of a box, but they're going to try to loosen themselves out of it. Here comes... Whoa, whoa, camera suck. Stop it, stop it. Good Lord, come on now. SB is going to try to give himself some breathing room here and knock back the Cav. He's joined by 8th Georgia. Looks like the Union does have some help coming up, though. It is Jack Stone in the 56. But we have another attack up here as the CSA tries to reclaim that flank position. They've sent AGL to try to knock back the Union up here. The Union's flooding in more troops, though. Slaughter is coming in. And then you got 2 USC behind him. So far, the CSA looks like they'll win this fight for the corner, though. So even though they don't have too many tickets, though, they are still attacking. They're not getting discouraged and just kind of, turtling up and not doing nothing there. Taking positions that maximize their defense and not getting into too much of a corner. So we had a wide flanking attack here by 8th Georgia to Colonel Knight, and he's going to slam into the back of 4th New Jersey and do a pretty good job of knocking them out. LFL is going to come down and react. We'll see if they can win. So LFL will finish off that fight, but he has weakened him, so good job by Knight. Slaughter's going to come in, and behind him you have Eddie, 2 USC. So let's see how Slaughter does against the LFL remnants. And he will win that engagement. So now, these remaining elements have been doing a decent job of pushing off this force here. But now the Union has an opportunity to decap. Eddie's going to come down and engage these men from behind. Excuse me. All right, and Slaughter has a good angle. Is he going to try to decap? CSA has succeeded in winning on this side, though. So they've succeeded on winning on the south side. Slaughter's going to get hit from behind by Marius. Union trying to find an opening, but that little maneuver there by Marius has given Fritz time to get his men back up, as has CQB under Major Garrett. And they will have time to reestablish their defense, and that will be enough for them to cap, most likely. See if the Union has any other tricks up their sleeve. But real good defense there by the CSA. Despite some inventive maneuvers by the Union, they were able to react to it pretty well and hold it out. Dead even teams. 293 on the server pop. We'll have to see where the next point is. That will drop the Union down to taking losses close to breaking. So an opportunity, I think, for the CSA to draw it out, or get a draw on the match. We'll see where the next point is. All right, so knowing the score, Mr. Jumbo has already pre-positioned himself. And the point is back here where we started. And he is in a good position to cap it. Does he have a flag with him? He does. And he's got 52nd with him as well. So Union is at taking losses as all the teams start streaming in towards the final point. Excuse me. Only 3:30 left in the match. Well, the timing is always weird in these contention maps, to be honest with you, because it get to overtimes and stuff like that. So, but Jumbo and Jambiek have had time to set up a defense, trying to hold the point as best they can. CSA is starting to flood in. Here comes Knight. He's going to try to intercept at least some of the elements. He's going to run into 4th New Jersey. Actually, he's going to catch LFL in the back. Nice charge there by Knight. messing with the CSA line there. Did have some elements from 8th Florida charge in, but Knight's charge kind of delayed the rest of them. But 8th Florida, Mr. Fritz might be able to do it by himself. I don't know, it's pretty even. Only a couple men left. Does the Union have any reinforcements coming in? Not yet, but the CSA does. Here comes Williamson. Now here comes the NYV, Mr. Phipp. 88th, where's he going to go? He's going to orient towards his left. Try to link in with his friendlies. But he's going to take a lot of fire, and he will not have much left. CSA has recaptured the point. Here's Patterson on the left side. He is joined by Slaughter. The CSA is attacking. CQB moving forward, trying to buy time, but they got hit pretty hard. You also got 2 USC here, so a pretty strong Union line here, overlooking the CSA. Both sides taking heavy fire. Has moved up to support, so CSA still holding strong. Venom here is watching the flank, but Jack Stone and the GC's going to try to do something, try to hold him a little bit, but he just doesn't have enough combat power right now to do it. Got a mix of units here, kind of threatening the CSA here. There's a pretty strong line here overlooking the point. So the timer is out now. CSA almost at last stand. Union, nope, there they go. CSA now at last stand. No more tickets. See if they can get the Union down to breaking, though. Here comes a Union attack. It is led by Mr. Phipp. He has gotten hit, though. He's taking fire from Venom. They have knocked the Union down to breaking. This element here, though, is taking more and more fire from that Union line that's up on the hill. Looks like that initial attack won't work. But I imagine the Union is in no hurry. They can just shoot it out for a bit, since the CSA is on last stand and then decap. Well, so Knight's gonna opt to go forward. He wants to go home. He wants to eat dinner. End the game, he said. We win. Ain't got no time for your jibber jabber. That's what Mr. Slaughter said. Union will succeed with Colonel Knight's charge to push the CSA back. They still have a good line here overlooking the point, but Colonel Knight's doing what he needs to do to bring the point down. It's the cyanide. I heard about him. Gotta watch him, I heard. He didn't quite do it. He got close. Union's going to try to charge in and help him. John Biek. Can the Union do it? No, they're getting flooded out by the CSA. That was close. Cyanide almost pulling it out there. Few seconds off. And that will be it for that attack. Now, CSA will have time to reset. Still have some overwatch by 2 USC, but they can only harass. They're not going to be able to do much. Union doesn't have too much time left. If they want to try to get a victory out of this, not a draw. But here they come. Multiple streams coming in. Pretty strong hold by the CSA, but here comes a flanking attack. Here comes Jumbo and John Biek from the 52nd. They're going to hit him into the CSA flank. And here comes another line. It is the 6th New York coming down as well. We'll see if they can do it. Can they bring the point down? Looks like Sergeant Dar is on it. Can he do it? Sergeant Keene kept them alive. Oh, you don't want to go for him. You want to go for the guy that's taking the flag down. And Sergeant Dar will do it. Good job by Mr. Dar bringing the flag down, and his buddies keeping him safe. That will be the end of the second match. So, fun contention. A lot of back and forth. A lot of interesting maneuvers, a lot of interesting attacks. Like I said, I liked a lot the use of different unit types, and that's the different command styles getting applied, I think, pretty well to have maximum effects on the fight. So, good fun watching it. Let's take a look at casualties as we close out for this UEC for this weekend. CSA, we have 1061 for USA, 1075. So that is it from me. Hope you all have an enjoyable weekend. See y'all next time.